Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ha, Rekakwadash Mama. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and the elders. Double honors to my elder as well, Ahurwan Ben Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. And salutations to the fellow Akim, Atwafium, and children, Bunyam, that believe in truth and sincerity. It's your brother Athan back to another lesson. And Yahweh Tazah is edifying. And I just wanted a quick news update in regards to this port strike. All right, as I had mentioned, somewhat pertaining to this in the lesson prior, on how it's already embargoes in place. All right, no import, exports. All right, and as you can see, all right, here it goes, man, a port strike. All right, to where the people who actually work on the ports, the longshoremen, those of that nature, all right, merchant seamen, whatever the case may be, all right, they're going on the strike. All right, so it's just all prophetic, and through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, this place is coming to an end. All right, a screeching halt. All right, but this title of this lesson, CBS News, was out today. As I believe the strike started today. It says port strike called at East and Gulf Coast cargo facilities as dock workers walk off the job. So they walking off the job. I also saw a video of a dock worker for a long X amount of years, almost about to retire, pretty much was going into how much money and billions of dollars that's being made, all right, and what they're getting on the end of the stick. So it's all scriptural, and it says thousands of dock workers at ports from New England to Texas went on strike just after midnight on Tuesday as the rally for higher pay and more job security. New England, I believe that's like Boston up in the north, Connecticut, though that type area. I believe that's like Massachusetts, all the way, down the East Coast to even Texas, all right? The work stoppage, the first at East and Gulf Coast ports since 1977, follows a lengthy impasse in labor talks between the International Longshoremen's Association and the United States Marine Alliance, a shipping industry group representing terminal operators and ocean carriers. All right, so it's like, these corporations, they sometimes deal with unions, all right, to have, for the workers to have some type of backbone and support against the actual business that's being ran, the actual corporation. The strike was expected to involve 25,000 workers, according to USMX, and close 14 ports: Baltimore, Boston, Charleston, South Carolina, Jacksonville, Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, with the Port of Miami, Houston, Mobile, like real big ports. These are big major ports, all right, in really big major cities. Mobile, Alabama, New Orleans, New York, New Jersey, Norfolk, Virginia, Philadelphia, Savannah, Georgia, Tampa, Florida, and Wilmington, Delaware. USMX brought on this strike when they decided to hold firm to foreign-owned ocean carriers earning billion-dollar profits at United States ports, but not compensate the American ILA longshore workers who perform the labor that brings them their wealth. ILA President Heron Daggett said in a statement posted on social media, "We are prepared to fight as long as necessary." So this is all the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man, bringing this place to a grinding, to a cease. All right, the scriptures speak on how the grinding shall cease. Say to stay out on strike for whatever period of time it takes to get the wages and protections against automation our ILA members deserve. What they don't have a clue is that they're helping the Lord's plan. All right, when it comes to prophecy, they want more. All right, one of the first scriptures I want to get is the book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 6, because this is the reason. This is ultimately the reason why they want more. All right. This is Haggai chapter 1 and 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothed you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes, man. So you end up putting that wages in a bag with holes. And Esau, he know how to move the margin. All right. Every time you meet his quota, from a life standpoint, he moves the margin, with his laws, his taxes, decrees, different things like that, to where that hole in that bag gets bigger. All right. So the wages that the people are making, whether it's $20 an hour to $40 an hour, is still not going to equate to what the Lord is bringing to this place as far as destruction, the collapse of this economically, when it comes to his finances, man, because this place is in debt, throughout the four corners of the earth amongst these other nations, just as well as is in depth with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 7, this place has lathed himself with thick clay going into debt, right? So the people, they waging, all right, but they don't have enough, all right? And it's going to continue to be like that because this place is done for, all right? And they're trying to establish the NWO to bring in the MOTB, all right, to see it. So it says that ILA is demanding sizable wage hikes and a complete ban on the use of automated cranes. Right, now they don't want the machines. All right, that's another thing that's being talked about as far as machines doing the work. That's what the longshoreman guy was speaking on the short video I had saw. He was like, the machines will pretty much take over, or they're doing majority of the work. Got to get rid of these machines. And that's pretty much being set up everywhere. Everything is computerized or digitized because that's the era that they're going in the fourth industrial revolution, their global reset, to where everything is going to be remote. All right. You saw that with the shutdown during the pandemic. All right. And this how the monetary system is going to transfer over to, from, the fiat currency, which is still going to exist, but it's not going to have any value. All right, they're going to go to that blockchain, which is virtual. All right, everything is going virtual and digital, automated, so to speak. All right, gates and containers moving trucks and unloading and loading freight. Right, you have a self-drivable 16-wheeler. I believe Tesla was going into those, which is crazy. Members of the union make a base salary of about $81,000 per year, but some can pull in over $200,000 annual with large amounts of overtime. Right, you should see the big dually trucks that come off the port at Jacksonville. All right, with all the lights and these $100,000 trucks. All right, they get paid well. All right, but again, measure wheat for a penny. It's time to start doing things in measurement, right? And even still, with that income of $80,000, it's still not going to be enough. All right, as far as two people is better than one. 80 and 80 is 160, but that's going to be average living income. All right, that's going to be they're pretty much wiping out the middle class. All right, it's going to be rich and poor. All right. And that's the goal, all right, of the WEF, the World Economic Forum, all right, for the people to own nothing and be happy. So this is the start of it. And that was quoted in a saying quoted by Carl Schwab, the head and the leader of the World Economic Forum, the WEF. Say late Monday, USMX said its latest offer would boost dock workers' wages by nearly 50%. Triple employer contributions to employee retirement plans and enhance health care coverage, while also preserving existing safeguards against automation. You can't trust nothing this devil says, all right, or passed down to be said. It's all a lie. They come out speaking lies. Psalms 55 and 20. All right. Also saw an article about a month or two ago in regards to the health insurance here. They wasn't able to here in Jacksonville, Florida, with the main hospital, one of the Shands Universal Florida Health type hospitals, to where they couldn't come to an agreement when it came to, I believe it was Blue Cross Blue Shield or Florida Blue. One of these insurance companies couldn't come to an agreement with the different hospitals and stuff like that, to where people were going to have to pay out of market, all right, prices for healthcare. All right, that'll cause an uproar as well. It's little things like that that's going to be happening and trickling down to put this place out. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, man. So the grinders are going to ultimately cease. It's going to be few, all right? It's not going to even benefit you to get up and go into a place of employment, because it's not going to equal out, all right? You're talking about one brat for a penny, a day's wage for a German loaf of bread, all right? A brat going into a German loaf, all right, or bread, all right. It's gonna take a day's wage for a loaf in the times to come, all right. Again, look at the times of old, all right. The seas of Samaria, just different famines that was brought on ancient Egypt. The same things and plagues is coming upon this second Egypt, as prophesied. This verse 4, and the doors is Ecclesiastes 12 and 4, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right. So what, the door is going to be shut in the streets, when the grinding is low. As far as, employment, workers, the daughters of music, not just music as in melodic and singing, but music as in those who adding on to, the chiseling of the concrete, the buses moving, that type of music that operates this place and makes it run. That's going to be brought low, all right? Just as well as you seeing the music itself is being brought low. And those who are in the entertainment industry, these celebrities getting wiped out quick, all right? They took the Faustian bargain, these actors and singers and things of that nature, and they getting wiped out. It's Ecclesiastes 12 and 5. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish. Right, this truth is being sprouted, being preached throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, the almond tree also is representing the prophecies. All right, the buds are sprouting. The almond tree is pretty much coming to fruition. All right, as far as the prophecies coming to pass. And it continues on. It says, and the grasshopper shall be a burden. And that's the point I wanted to get. The grasshopper shall be a burden. Any little thing could tip this place over. And this is one of them. And desire shall fail, because man goeth to his lone home, and the mourners go about the streets. All right. So the mourners going about to the streets, man. See how long it keeps up. All right. What else they can, what other congregations and groups of people they can bring out there in the uproar and displeasure of what's going on in America. That's what they want. That's what they ultimately want. They want that type of chaos and confusion here in the land of Babylon, the land of confusion. This is how Esau operates. And ultimately, he's done with America. He's done with this place. So these people are spoiled. They asking and begging, but they don't ask Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, those who are of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, of his people. All right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. And those are the speckled bird. The Filipinos as well, right? It's not according to color, but it's according to your father's seed line, right? It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 11. A just weight and balance are the Lord's. All the weights of the bag are his work. You know, so what a just weight and balance are the Lord's, man. But what a unjust weight and balance is an abomination to the Lord. You know, and that's all Esau deal with is unjust weight, unjust balance. I mean, again, he has a whole system, an establishment, a kingdom off of the back of the Lord's people, the apple of his eye. You know, off the back of the slavery, off the back of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, of grape, robbery, and murder. Okay. This Leviticus chapter 19 just pertaining to the law. And I'll jump to verse 35. You go to get a quick point. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment in meat yard, in weight or in measure, right? In weight or in measure. When you think of, you know, weight and measure pertaining to what Esau makes through his corporations to what the people get paid, it's unjust. All right, it's unjust there. It's an unbalance there. There's wickedness there. There's even scriptures pertaining to how you should not hold a man wages. All right, they should get paid daily for that individual to decide if they want to come back or not. You know, roughly paraphrasing. All right. This is verse 36, Leviticus 19 and 36. Just balances, just weights, a just ephah, and a just hin shall ye have. I am the Lord, your power, which brought you out of the land of Egypt. Right, but Esau, he doesn't have no understanding. All right, he's been made a vagabond and a fugitive of the earth through the violence against his brother. All right, Jacob. Shame was going to cover him. So what? He's not bound to the law. All right, Psalms 50 and 16. What is thou to do to declare my statutes, man? He can't do anything to declare the Lord's statutes. All right, and that's why his kingdom was bound for an end. All right, from the blood shed of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, starting with the blood of our big brother Yahweh Shai. Most importantly, all right, he was destined a downfall. All right, to be wiped off the face of the earth, according to Obadiah 1 and 18. This is Proverbs 17, going back to the book of Proverbs, chapter 17 and verse 20. He that have a froward heart findeth no good, and he that have a perverse tongue falleth into mischief. Right, so he was bound to be destroyed, to go into perdition. You know, because he have a froward heart, you know, and a perverse tongue. So ultimately, he desires his death is hell. All right, a hellish condition that is ultimately going to be brought upon him. I wanted to bring up the word froward. H6141.
Strong's H6141. Akash.
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 Akash. Twisted, distorted, crooked, perverse, perverted. All right. False, crooked, forward, perverse. All right. So that's ultimately what he is, man. He make misuse of the people. All right. And they exploit them at an all-time high. You know, as he do what the daughters of music, twofold. You know. This Proverbs 6 and 12. A naughty person, a wicked man walketh with a froward mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers, right? Like your boss. You know, people who at the top get paid the most and they do the less. You know, and you got to be wicked to even sit in those type of situations and then be over people like that. All right. Knowing that you're getting over on people. All right, but that's how these corporations ultimately run, because that's Esau's MO. That's how America was established. You know, that get-rich-quick scheme, the pyramid scheme, the bottom feeders at the bottom who do the most work, and the people that sit at the top who do nothing, all right, but sit at the round table and create sinister plans, perverse plans on how to get over on the people. Budget cutting, you know, long hours, stuff like that. You know, what they can get, the butter out of the duck. You know, Freud going into crooked, man. He's a crook at the end of the day. He's a crook and he's crooked. Well, I end off with the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 5. Go to quick precept. It says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off, right? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out, how are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him, man. You know, and that's ultimately what's going to happen to this place. You know, the 10 shall hate the whore. The Lord's going to get it at the feet of this place. All right, those who they took crafty counsel against, the so-called, you know, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans pertaining to Psalms 83. Those who he was in confederate with, they really don't even care about him. All right, they wanted to get a piece of this American pie and to provide for their people, their land. You know, i.e. China, Russia, you know, these other BRICS-like nations where America is ultimately going to pay the tale. You know, let the weak say they are strong. You know, so what? If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how are they cut off? The Lord got to cut this devil off. You know, and he's doing it through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, through this word, through this truth being spoken, the people being fed up, these prophecies coming to pass, the almond tree flourishing. All right. Which ultimately go bring those missiles. Shalom, have a thought DTA to the next one.